Hey, what's up guys, it's Flex and welcome back to the Turbo Performance series. So in today's video, I want to talk about all the mods that I've already done to my Mercedes C250 with the M271 Evo engine. Most of these mods are great before I upgrade the turbo, but let's say I never upgrade the turbo and I stick with the stock turbo. All of these performance mods are beneficial to my car. So let's start from the front of the car where the air comes into the engine bay. So following the path of the air, the first thing is the air box. So I did have a BMS intake installed, but I started noticing that in the summer months, I was getting a lot of heat soak. So the best way around that is to use the stock air box and just upgrade the filter to a performance filter. So now I run the stock air box with a K&N air filter inside, and that's going to clean up the air before it gets into the turbo. Next is the air intake tube. So this from the factory is plastic. It's known to crack. It's known to have micro leaks, so it reduces your performance. So I went ahead and upgraded to the Tornado Tuning silicone air intake tube. The benefits of this tube is it's made of silicone, so it's more durable. It's a completely closed system, so you're not going to have micro leaks. You're not going to run into any cracks in the future. And on top of that, it's heat resistant, so it keeps the air cooler going into the turbo. Next, we follow the air path into the turbo and then out of the turbo. Before the compressed air exits the turbo, Mercedes actually installed a muffler. So the muffler actually muffles the sound of the air coming out of the turbo into the turbocharge pipes. And based on the design of that muffler, it actually creates a lot of turbulence, so you're not getting a lot of free-flowing air, which reduces performance. So I upgraded to the Tornado Tuning Turbo Muffler Delete. The design is cone-shaped, so it funnels air a lot better, and also at the same time, it gives you some better sound as well. So after the turbo muffler, then we get to the turbocharge pipes. The stock pipes are made of this really flimsy rubber that's not really reinforced, so it could potentially tear or collapse on itself. I upgraded to the blue silicone Tornado Tuning turbocharge pipes. And the benefit of this is it's silicone, it's durable, it's reinforced with O-rings, so it's always going to maintain its shape, and it's heat resistant. And heat is a huge factor in a turbo system. You want to try to keep everything as cool as possible. So from the turbocharge pipes, then it goes into the intercooler. And since the intercooler is designed to cool the air coming out of the turbo, the stock intercooler is really small and it doesn't really do a good job of really cooling that compressed air from the turbo. So I upgraded to the Tornado Tuning all aluminum intercooler, and this intercooler is larger, it's more efficient, and it has more surface area, so you're going to get more cooling, and it will enhance performance by 20 to 30%. Coming out of the intercooler is the other side of the turbocharge pipe. I've already talked about that previously. And then from the turbocharge pipe, it goes into the throttle body, the intake manifold, and then into the cylinders. So to manage this whole entire system of air and fuel, I actually installed the Tornado Tuning 4-channel tune. So this tune manages 4 parts of the engine, and everything is just nice and balanced. And with the right balance, the car is going to run a lot more efficient and it's going to make more power. So the next few mods I'm going to talk about is not a requirement when it comes to upgrading the turbo, but it's great just to have in the Mercedes C250. So the C250 is really known for a really laggy throttle. So I installed the Tornado Tuning pedal tune to increase the response of the throttle. And the cool thing about that is it has multiple different settings, so I can always set it on race mode if I drive really aggressively, or I can put it in eco mode if I want to save fuel. But I can control the response time of the throttle. And another weak point of the Mercedes C250 is the transmission shifts really slow, and sometimes it gets really jerky. So to improve that, I installed the Tornado Tuning TCU tune. And that's basically a tune for the transmission. And what that does is it gives you faster, smoother shifts. So those are all the performance mods I've done to this car. Even if I'm not going to upgrade the turbo, these mods are just great to do on this car to improve and enhance the drivability of the car. And I just want to mention, every time before I install a new mod, I always use my Carly connector to scan the car to make sure there's no issues whatsoever. Because the last thing I want to do is there's an issue with the car, even though there's no check engine light, it could be a stored fault in the ECU, and then I go install a mod and then get a check engine light, and I start blaming the mod that it's the issue, but really it could be another culprit before doing that mod. So it's always good practice to scan the car for any errors and clear them and take care of them before installing the next mod. So those are my current mods. There's a few more I need to do before I upgrade the turbo. you're gonna have to wait till the next video. I hope you like this video. If you do, hit like below. As always, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time.